I'm Donna.
And I'm Bruce, and this is Lyrical Wisdom.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Lyrical Wisdom, where we dive into song lyrics and offer heart-based wisdom through our interpretations. If you enjoy what you're hearing, don't forget you can catch every episode of Lyrical Wisdom on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and more.
You can also find us on YouTube. Just search Lyrical Wisdom Show. Do you have a song you'd like to hear us shed some light on? You can email us requests, questions, comments to lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Or leave a comment on a YouTube video. We'd really love to hear from you. And all requests get an episode and a shout out.
So join us every Tuesday and Friday as we dig deep and deliver our wisdom. And thank you for sharing, liking, and subscribing to
Lyrical Wisdom.
Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Donna.
How are you today?
I am living a beautiful day in paradise today.
Me too.
I kind of changed those words a little bit today because I just really feel that.
Yeah, me too. I discovered, and I really, really, really want to thank you for this. I discovered, as you know, Allison, our wonderful tech guru here that helps us, in our recordings and all, is also my daughter. And
I love this.
She and I were feeding the fish on my property. I live on a lake. And as I was feeding the fish and just standing there in this beautiful peace that was surrounding us, I looked at her and I said, I really am living in paradise. I have my own little slice of paradise.
I love that.
And I know that we all can make our own paradise.
Yes.
It follows you wherever you go because it comes from within.
It does come from within. And some might find that hard to think, well, what if I'm in this kind of a situation? Okay, we can't cover every single angle. But I couldn't agree with you more, Donna. And I have to concur. I have actually seen this lake that you speak of. And that is such a beautiful slice of paradise out there, you guys. It's remarkable. It's such an incredible heaven that, it really is something that if you step back and think about a place where you could be sitting in a chair, maybe swinging in a hammock, maybe fishing, maybe or just being, that place on that lake would be a lot like what we're talking about right now. And that's one of the things that I'm grateful for right now is that by saying that to anybody listening to that, put yourself in that slice of paradise.
Yeah.
Think of where you could be. Is it up on a mountaintop looking out there into the world? Is it, out into this beautiful landscape? Is it on the edge of a lake? Is it on the beach by the ocean? Could it be on a boat? Could it be, anywhere you feel like is your slice of paradise that you could see with your either eyes open or closed?
Right, because we are powerful beings.
We are.
It's our own mind. We create everything.
We do.
And I know right now, like you said, Bruce, there's crazy stuff going on. And in a moment of chaos, you can bring stillness into your life.
You can.
By just taking a breath and visioning your paradise.
Yes.
Wherever, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
I mean, it could just be sitting on a park bench eating ice cream.
Absolutely. Or a sandwich, you know? It's,
yeah.
Warren Zevon used to say that it's all, he used to be quoted as saying that it's really about the next sandwich he gets to eat. And I think that that's true. We have the ability to go inside, create our own beautiful place, and be there.
Yes.
We have that ability.
The key is be still.
Yes.
and know thyself.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Thank you,
Yeah,
Donna.
yeah, because that's where the paradise is.
That is.
Yeah.
And we sometimes forget in our world too that people like Buddha and people like Jesus, if I can mention this about this beautiful being, were the ones that would get frustrated with things that are happening in the world, and they chose to try either to they both chose different ways of
Mm-hmm.
facing these adversities.
Mm-hmm.
If we think about the story of Jesus going in and upending the tax collectors' tables
Yeah.
and creating
Yes.
chaos, we have
Yes.
one example of one way. We also have another example of Buddha, who, for all intents and purposes, we think of people like Buddha's example as somebody who's homeless.
Yeah.
But that was a respected and revered person in the community because they would provide people with education and assistance, and the community would provide them with food.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a simple exchange,
Right.
you
Right.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And so there we have, different ways of just thinking about how we can face adversity. We can think of our world and think of the things that we can do ourselves looking inside. And now we need to talk about a song.
Yes, because I think we can also think about this song being about someone else or being about the self.
Yes, I thank you. That's a beautiful,
Yeah.
again, a
Yeah.
beautiful segue into the song that we're going to talk about today. Hello, everybody out there. Welcome to the show. We love that you're here. I'm very excited about this song, Donna. I think this
Me
is going to be
too.
beautiful.
I, you know, I I really don't know this song very well, I don't think.
I
But
actually love this song. I've been listening to it for years, and I was really surprised when we talked to Allison, your daughter, about when this song was written. It was written around 2003, and I can't even wrap my mind around that because I feel like that was just yesterday that I was listening to this.
wow,
Yeah,
22 years ago.
I
Two
know.
two.
That is
Think about that
so unbelievable.
numerology.
I know.
and
Unbelievable.
and it goes with the song
It,
because two is all about co-creation, about duality, about.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. So here we go. If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys. Some people live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. Some people live for the power. Yeah. Some people live just to play the game. Some people think that the physical things define what's within. And I've been there before, but that life's a bore, so full of the superficial. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If I ain't, if it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings. Some just want everything. But everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Some people search for a fountain that promises forever young. Some people need 3 dozen roses, and that's the only way to prove you love them. Hand me the world on a silver platter, and what good would it be? With no one to share, with no one who truly cares for me. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings. Some people want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you.
Wow. I can envision seeing her sitting at a piano singing the song. I actually can see that.
Oh,
And, um, you know, I don't know if every song that she sings, she plays the piano and sings at the same time or plays that way, but I believe that this one is one of them. But I truly love this song, and one of the things that I feel like this song has an application that I'm going to bring up. And to me, this song could be sung with the person singing it looking in the mirror.
Wow, it could be. Yeah. And that's what I was saying in the beginning,
Yeah,
that the you, I ain't got you. Well, who is you?
yeah,
Yes. In this song, I do believe literally she is speaking of a partner.
yeah,
And we all have that desire within to be able to share life with someone.
absolutely.
And by all means, even I have that,
Yes, yes,
desire within.
yeah,
It's part of being human, I
yeah,
believe.
yes, yes,
And for me, I have discovered that finding that being to share life with comes first by finding you.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So that is the you that I speak of when I say, if I ain't got you.
yeah.
So if I'm not complete inside, there's no way that anybody outside of me can complete me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Somebody that has been a partner of mine, we had our human design analyzed, and it was found that we have a way with our human design of completing each other. Does that mean that we're going to end up spending the rest of our life together? Actually, it doesn't. But that doesn't mean that we can't be complete within ourselves
Right.
because of the fact that we can match up with what seems to be perfect with somebody else. That does not mean that that necessarily has to last forever. That can last for a beautiful moment that you might take a breath or blink your eyes, and that moment can disappear. I remember on Craigslist, they used to have the connections, the missed connections they used to talk about. And I bring this up because Craigslist, I don't even know if it even exists, but you can have what seems to feel very strongly, and I believe it is actually really there, a connection with somebody else.
Yeah.
That could be a completely brief moment that seems like it lasts so little time, but it really is there. And that moment is beautiful. And that moment is love. And we should all be grateful for it. Because if we don't feel those moments and we don't get to experience those things, then it isn't like we're missing something. We are just not experiencing this universe like we can. And I think that we all should have those moments, but not because of something else, but because that exists within us.
Mm-hmm.
And so some people live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. Some people live for the power. Yeah. Some people live just to play the game. And I like this beginning because I think Alicia Keys in this song is really giving us a lot of variety.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
a lot of
Talks about all
variety.
of humanity. There
Yeah.
are those that do live for fortune.
Yes.
They have a mind that is focused upon, looking for more, wanting
Yes.
more.
Yes. Yes.
There's a saying, I believe it's called keeping up with the Joneses.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
then there's people who live just for the fame. There's
Yeah.
people that really truly desire that spotlight on
Yeah.
them and
Yeah.
want to be famous. And then there's people that live for the power. They like to control. That's who they are. And then there's people who live just to play the game. I love this.
I do too.
Because in 1920, it was either 24 or 27, I can't remember, but in the 1920s, Florence Schivel wrote a book called How to Play the Game of Life.
Wow.
And it's so fascinating that in the 1920s, it was put out there that all of this is simply a game.
Yeah, no, that's very fascinating because if you take a step back and think about that, that's a lot sooner than 2003, you know?
Hmm.
And who would have ever thought that we could have those kinds of thoughts back then, or they would have that kind of an open mind? You
Right,
know, that's
right, right.
amazing.
It
That
is,
is
and
truly
that book is
fascinating.
so beautiful too. It is such a powerful, powerful book.
And that's the thing is there's a lot to that. Wow, we just got some new information.
1925 is
That's
when she wrote
amazing.
the book. Yeah. It's a self help book and it uses real life stories. That's what I love about it
Amazing.
because we are such energetic beings.
Yeah.
So, those people that are live for the fortune, their energy they put out there, you know, to attract fortune.
Yeah.
They put out the energy to attract fame.
Yeah.
And then people put energy out to attract instances where they get to feel powerful.
Yes. Yes.
And to play the game of life is understanding how energy works and knowing that the energy you put out comes back to you. That's what you receive. That's what you draw to
You
you.
pull it right to you.
Right,
Yeah.
right. We are
Yeah.
such magnetic beings with this beautiful heart that we have and the frequencies that, it emits
Yeah.
all the time. So, yeah, I love it because people live just to play the game.
Yeah.
And for me, yes, it could be sports. There's people that just live to play football,
Yeah.
live to play
Yeah.
tennis, live to play baseball, whatever.
Yeah.
But for me, I see it as a game of life.
I do too. I
Yeah.
think that's a beautiful way to
Yeah.
look at it. And she goes on to describe, I think, what we're talking about with the next lines that say,
Oh, yeah.
some people think that the physical things define what's within. And I think that's absolutely true. Here we are in a day
Oh,
where we're
yeah.
finally able to just talk about this a little bit more openly. We can say these words very definitively. What is within is not, it is a physical thing. We have a heart inside of us, we have bones inside of us. Yes, those are physical. But we think that these physical things that we're talking about, the fortune, the fame, the possessions, these things don't define what's within us. And I love how she then goes on to say, and I've been there before, but that life's a bore, so full of the superficial, because
Right.
we have the idea that superficial could be used in a derogatory way here is that is what it is. But I'm going to say that this use is a little bit more to help us see that those physical things that we think define what's within us, they really aren't so definitive of who we are. They are superficial.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
not what they are defining. They're a superficial definition, if you will, and we don't have that definition of ourselves. We need to look past that. We need to see past that and see who we really are.
Right, right.
You know?
Because, I love it because who we really are in spirit, in the beautiful energy of love that we are, doesn't have anything physical.
Yes,
It's
yes,
when we transition from this physical life, we continue.
we do.
Who we really are is forever.
It is.
And therefore, yeah, it's everything else is superficial.
It's completely superficial, and
Yeah.
that's another way of realizing too that um, we can't take it with us.
Right.
You know,
Right.
we can't take it with us. As much of King Tut's tomb was found with all of the riches that he possessed, he couldn't take that with him. You know, we can't take things with us.
Yeah.
But some people want it all. But I don't want nothing at all.
If it ain't you.
Yeah.
So this is where we begin. Yes, she, could very well be talking about a partner that she has connected with
Yeah.
and knows that she wants to spend the rest of her physical life with.
That, yeah.
So I don't care about anything else in this world. I just want you.
Yeah.
If it ain't you, I don't care.
Yeah. No,
Um,
and we understand that.
Right.
Yeah. It's a feeling that some of us have all experienced. But I do believe that there's also a deeper meaning to this, and that's why I love doing this show, is because, if it ain't you, baby, I think that what she's basically doing is talking to herself.
Right.
And I think that she's admitting if she doesn't have herself, you know, it really is,
What are all the possessions
exactly.
if you don't know who you are?
Exactly.
If you don't have that happiness and that joy and wonder and
Yeah.
excitement
Yeah.
for being, alive, what good is having the fame and the fortune and the
And what good is a diamond ring? And what good is everything, honestly, everything physical? Because as she says, everything means nothing if we don't have ourselves.
Yeah,
If we
if
don't
I ain't
have,
got you.
yeah, that beautiful inner person, that beautiful inner truth.
that stillness, that
Yeah.
peace, that
Yeah.
yeah.
And some people search for a fountain. I love that line because I love the idea of the fountain of youth, but I love when I can get that from being around children. Because to me, that is the fountain of youth, is to put myself around other much younger people and to watch them just be themselves. And
Yeah.
I feel like I can feed off of their energy because, we're looking for that fountain of youth that promises forever young.
And the cool thing is I know that it is written in the Bible, some of Jesus's words instruct us that way. He gave us a book to live by and said, "Hey, you want to live in peace and joy and harmony? Be like a child."
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So for
Wow.
me,
Yeah.
it is also that searching for the fountain of youth that keeps you forever young is also stating, that I understand the words that Jesus said and,
Yes.
that are quoted in the Bible. And
That's
I
amazing.
do know that there is this, when you are young, you hold the innocence and the purity of and awe of wonder.
That's
That
amazing.
the
Yeah.
whole world is brand new in
Yeah.
every moment. You have no bills to pay. You have no mortgage. You have no job.
You have no, water pipe breaking or car breaking down or,
You don't
traffic
have any
ticket.
worries.
Yeah.
Your life is just joy
Yeah.
and wonder and excitement of what's, wow, what's on the other side of that tree?
Yeah. Or darn it, why does mom make me brush my teeth? Yeah. No, it's, I think that that's one of the best parts about youth is that there's such a carefree freedom.
Yes.
And
freedom. That is a beautiful word. Yes.
and some people need 3 dozen roses, and that's the only way to prove you love them. Because sometimes people think of those things as being the things that define happiness and
And love.
and provide love and show love and those things. And so,
And even other people.
yeah, yeah.
And that is what I believe we're speaking into with this
Yes,
song.
I am
that,
certain that we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she says, "Hand me the world on a silver platter, and what good would it be?"
Mm-hmm.
Because that's true. We don't get to take anything with us when we end up going to the next experience and that wonderful journey that we're going to take. We cannot take the world that we're in.
Yeah.
So how would having the world on a silver platter be of any use? Even now. That's,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's-
With no one to share.
yeah.
With no one who truly cares for me. And to me, that goes back to some people need 3 dozen roses. That's the only way to prove you love them. In other words, they have not found that love within.
Yes. Yeah.
They still
Yeah.
have that I don't love myself. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy.
I need somebody else to show me that I'm worth it. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Exactly. And this same thing here, bring
yeah,
the world on a silver platter. And if I don't know that I'm okay with the world and everything, and I don't need that world on a silver platter, it's not going to do any good for me.
yeah, yeah. No, that is so beautiful because yeah, it's with no one to share, with no one who truly cares for me because the one person that really needs to care is you and me and all of us. We need to care about ourselves. There is a selfishness that is good in that way.
Oh, yeah.
To love
Yeah.
ourselves
Yeah.
for ourselves.
Right.
And,
And who we are, the
yeah,
good and the bad.
absolutely. Because
All
neither,
of it.
yeah, neither exists. We just are.
Yeah.
And so some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all if I ain't you. If it ain't you, baby. I love how we're both stumbling over those phrases, but if it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got you. And that's the thing, is I feel like that is really, it's almost a song to be spoken to the mirror, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
almost,
Spoken
almost.
to self.
Yeah,
A capital U.
yeah, yeah.
Y. Capital Y U.
Capital YU. Yeah. Some people want diamond rings. Some just want everything. But everything means nothing if I ain't got you.
Yeah. That happiness, that joy that gives you freedom of, and no longer the desire to want.
Yeah,
Because in this whole song, it's all about that want,
absolutely.
that, I'm not complete. I need something else, that need, that want. Some people want it all.
And what do those things really provide us with? Because one of the most interesting things about this universe that we exist in is there are very few things that actually last forever.
Mm-hmm.
Our soul and our energy is one of the only things,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Aside from that, you could even make the argument, you could try to make the argument that a diamond would last forever, but, you know,
You read my mind.
it's,
I was sitting here going, well, some people say diamonds are forever.
yeah, that's the catchphrase for the commercial, I think it is. But that's actually, you know, a diamond eventually is going to break down.
Yeah.
Eventually that's going to happen because a diamond is a physical thing, and everything that's physical in our world is going to break down at some point, no matter how long it takes. Our energy, our soul, our true inner being, that is never going to deteriorate.
Yeah.
That is going to, just as simple as the scientific definition of it says, energy doesn't die, it just transfers.
Right.
And so
Right.
we are guaranteed to just transfer to something else in our transition.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's it's not as important to have everything. It's
Right.
more important to just have ourselves,
Right. Which is everything.
which is everything.
We are everything.
We are everything, yeah.
And when one realizes that, I believe, is the key to the want disappearing.
I agree. Because when we don't want,
Because then it turns into just knowing.
enjoy.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And when you receive things like 3 dozen roses or a diamond ring, it's like, wow, thank you. But you really don't need it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it becomes more of a gift then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't agree more.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
That is beautiful. Wow. I'm glad we chose this song. This is a beautiful song. If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys. Wow.
Well, we're happy for each and every one of you
Yes, we
for
are.
being here now with us. We love having your presence. We love your likes, your shares, all of your requests.
Yes.
Yes. So stay in touch. Leave a
Yeah.
comment. Let us know what you think.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for being here today on
Lyrical wisdom.